Hello, and welcome to the Point Church podcast. We're really glad you're here. Before we jump in, if you'd like to stay connected, you can download the Point Church app. It's a simple way to find messages, resource, and what's happening. And if this podcast is helpful, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Let's get into today's episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Point Church podcast. We're here with Pastor Sam as we're diving into the Gospel of Matthew, 40 Days, 40 Podcasts, going line by line. And today is episode 18, still in the Sermon on the Mount, and we're picking up in chapter 7 today.
Mm-hmm.
So the first verse of this is, "Do not judge, so that you won't be judged. For you will be judged by the same standard with which you judge others. And you will be measured by the same measure you use." I won't stop there because who's judging who here?
Mm-hmm. Well, originally Jesus is telling us to stop judging each other, but then he's really, again, as we've talked about, being like that jujitsu master, is like there's a way that it'll come back on you. That you're often, if you're judging others, what he's really saying is the Greek word krino, Krino. Or crino, and it's to not just judge, but it's to be like judge, jury, and executioner, like to condemn somebody. And it's, again, a heart posture that you're just doing it like when you're passing someone on the street who maybe looks a little rough, or you're just seeing someone's life situation through social media, and you're like he's like, hold on, if you don't want to be judged on your worst day, don't do it either. Like, you've got stuff you got to work on too.
Yeah.
So
Everyone has something wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
So pick it up in verse 8, verse 3. Why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but don't notice the beam of wood in your own eye? Or can you say to your brother, let me take the splinter out of your eye, and look, there's a beam of wood in your own eye? Hypocrite. First, take the beam of wood out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to take the splinter out of your brother's eye. Don't give what is holy to dogs, or toss your pearls before pigs, or they will trample them under their feet, turn and tear you into pieces.
Yep. A lot of imagery right there. A lot of imagery. You got
so maybe unpack it a little.
Yeah, there's someone who's walking around looking like a pirate plank off a ship, and like
pigs running after you.
Yeah, you're being attacked by a bunch of dogs. So, like, again, Jesus is continuing his train of thought where he's saying, again, hypocrisy, that we tend to nitpick other people, but we ignore the big problems in our own because we don't want to look in the mirror. So he's like, okay, remove the beam. But again, it's do that work between you and God, like, hey, search me, know me, remove. And then you're seeing with healed eyes, you know what I mean? Like, you're seeing it through the eyes of God. The small plank, or not small plank, the small splinter, you're like, okay, now I can help you because, again, I've been helped. So, okay, that makes sense. We get that pretty much. But then he says, don't throw pearls before, swine in some translations, or pearls before pigs. What he's saying is what you're doing when you're removing a splinter out of someone's eye is a gift. Like, you're pointing out someone's flaw.
Yeah.
Or a shortcoming, maybe saying, like, you might have a touch of pride over here, or some jealousy, or some greed. Would you like me to help you with that? Now, I say it's a gift, but it's a gift when it's removed. But a lot of times people will get very defensive. No, I'm not. No, I don't. I don't have that problem. And Jesus is like, okay, you're offering something that's very valuable, but if they're not receptive, just walk away. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe another time, someone else. But, like, you don't want to just stay there and be like, oh, come on, let me do it. Then they're going to devour you. So, again, expressing wisdom in a receptive audience. If there's someone, again, with a relationship that you have, saying, I've kind of noticed something. Would you like me to help you with that? Like, not in judgment, but in love, because I've been healed. Much different than just pointing out all the problems in someone else. So, yeah.
Amen to that. In verse 7, it picks back up. And again, Jesus is the one talking. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. So maybe kind of give us some, because again, the imagery in this.
Yeah.
And
ask, seek, and knock.
Yeah.
Again, Jesus is hitting the relational component. He's talking about prayer. He's talking about, like, do you even ask for the things that you want in this life? Or do you just kind of, what a lot of Christians do, I think, is think generally in God's direction. You know what I mean? Like, my gosh, it'd be kind of nice if God gave me a better job.
Yeah.
But you don't actually pray. Like, you just kind of think about it or dwell on it a lot. You just kind of think in God's direction. And Jesus is like, no, spend time in prayer. Develop your relationship. And when he opens it, you're like, oh, my Father gave this to me. And then, he goes on, and we can talk more about when he doesn't open it.
Yeah, because we go on for the rest of this passage in verse 8. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be open. So let's stop there. So is he saying for everyone who asks receives? So that means you can ask for anything?
You can try. At least you can try and ask for anything. Like, again, I'll use an example I've used before, but like our kids were making gingerbread houses over, Christmas season. And our daughter, who's 3, was like, can I have a piece? Just one piece? And we're like, of course you can. And then she swallows it. She's like, can I have one more piece? And like, okay, sure. Can I have one more piece?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
going.
she's just like, she asked like 15 times. So by the time you get to the 14th, you're like, no, like no more. So like, but again, like what Jesus, and he goes on to say more, is like, God wants to give you good gifts.
Yeah.
And if he denies you something, it's for a good reason. Like that's important for people to know. Like, it's not bad. For example, like, the kind of the age that we before us is like, want to be married, have a family, but I'm still single and waiting. Like God might have put that desire there for companionship and marriage, but it might not be with that specific person, if that makes sense. Like, there's a reason maybe he's withholding something. It's out of love and goodness, but he's like, but keep asking, keep seeking, keep knocking. It's just, that's not it yet. So, but if you're, again, asking for something that's harmful, then of course your Father's not going to give it to you. If my daughter asked for, instead of a gumdrop, an AK-47, I'd be like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, because it's harmful. It's out of love, even if she wants it.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And picking up in verse 9, it says, who among you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you want others to do for you, do also the same for them, for this is the law of the prophets. So this is the golden rule, right? Yep. And also, I think there's a thing here. Sometimes we get in our head that you hit on it a little bit, but what we want, we believe is good. Yeah. We have to stop putting ourselves back into that God
being
complex.
Driven by our feelings and our God complex, but saying
where we know what's right, but he does.
Yeah.
It's like if you pray for patience, do you expect God just to snap his finger and give you patience, or a chance to be patient?
Yes. Yeah, it's all about, again, submission and saying, like, because I can remember, again, using that dating example, like, if there was a girl in college that I was like, well, maybe, like, I would just pray, like, God, if it's of you, make it happen, and if it's not of you, like, wipe away the feelings, even. And it was amazing, like, I did that, and then the one person he didn't do that for was Melissa, and I was like, well, clearly there's a door being opened here. Yeah. So I think this is like my Father, again, it's relationship, because you built up trust and communication that you're like, well, my Father's telling me to walk through this door and pursue this relationship. But then it goes with so many other things. It could go with your job. Like, God, I think it's this job, and we try and make it fit, even though we know it doesn't fit. Yep. Or like, I want to spend my money this way, and we shouldn't. God's like, just trust me. And then again, he kind of goes back and says, again, treat God this way, treat others this way, and like, you really can't go wrong. That's the golden rule.
Yeah, golden rule. And with that, today, we're going to close out our session. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. 3, 2.